Hi, everybody. I just want to go through a whole listing so I can show you the whole process, start to finish, for a pair of shoes that I have to list. And I'm just going to do it the way I normally do it, where I create the listing on the computer, and then I save a draft, and then I open it on my phone, add the pictures, and list the item. So it's a pair of shoes, and these are Eric Michael. Okay, let's try typing that again. Okay, Eric Michael. And on the box, it says Annie Black. Oh, actually, I'm gonna start by just putting the brand, and then it pops up here and shows that brand in women's shoes. So I'm gonna choose that category because I don't wanna type Eric Michael shoes, because someone actually might not have shoes in their title. They might have flats or something else, or heels. So I'm just gonna do Eric Michael, the minimum amount of words I can, and select the category that they showed, women's shoes. Okay, now I'm gonna narrow it down, and the ones that I have look like this. So the first thing I'm gonna do is find the best subcategory for them. So might be women's flats. Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually narrowing it down more by category. I don't think that did it. See, it still says women's shoes up here. And okay, so now I'm gonna select women's flats. Okay, that took it down to 218 results. Oh my gosh. There they are. And that's very interesting because on the box for these it says Annie, and these don't say Annie. See, that's why I wanted to do as little words as possible, because these wouldn't have come up. These are very similar, they're a little different. I'm just gonna go back. And by the way, these are pre-owned. They show very little wear, but I can just see on the white evidence that they've been worn. So I'm gonna try adding the word Annie and just see if there are any. Okay, actually, so here's one that is identical. So I'm gonna open that up. Oh, and it's funny, there were 0 results found in flats, so I shouldn't have narrowed down the category further, but it still showed me. So I'm gonna click on these, and I see that these are new with tags, and they're $48.56, and they're charging $5.95 for shipping. When it says standard shipping, that means first class. So what I'm gonna do is now I'm going to click on sold items to see if any of these have sold. Eric Michael Annie, and there are no exact matches in the sold. So what I do know is that brand new, they have them for $48. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to take off the sold. Okay. So I'm gonna click on this just so I can see more about this one. And I wanted to see where, oh, it's shipping. The location is New York. So these are in the US. That's another thing you wanna look at because it's always a plus that you're selling it from the US. So now I'm gonna open another tab, and so I can start creating the listing while I still have that other listing open. So I go to my eBay selling, or I could just click sell right here, which I'll do. Okay, create listing. It's always going to be a single listing. Okay, and then you're just going to type in a couple of words. So Eric Michael So you're starting with the brand, Annie, black, lace up. This is all also what's written on the box and the tag. And I'm gonna say shoes. Okay, we'll start with that. We can expand our title in a minute. And then we're gonna click Get Started. Okay, so you can see right here it says 41 characters left. You get 80 characters for your title. That's free real estate. You don't wanna waste any of that. What you wanna have in your title are words that people would type if they were looking these up. So keywords. And another, let's see here. I'm just trying to see if there's any, well, they're made in Italy, and that's a plus. So if I run out of ideas, I might add that to the title. Okay, so they say they're a size 38, and then I'm gonna put US 8. Okay, because you always want to have also the US size in there. I want to see if I can find on the shoe the material. They feel like they're suede, but I'm not sure. It doesn't say. It has, let me try one other thing. Another word they have on there is nubuck, and I just want to see if that's like a word in another language or if it's a style. Oh, yeah, okay, so it means top grain cattle leather. So they are leather, but by the feel of them, they're suede. So I'm gonna put suede. And I'm also going to put nubuck because that's what it has on the box. And I'm going to put NIB all in caps because that stands for new in box. No, but they're not new in box, so I'm not going to put that. They are actually pre-owned. Okay, so I have suede, and I'm going to put leather. And if you're thinking, but that's all pretty much the same word. Well, someone might type leather and someone else might type suede. I am so out of keywords. I think I'm gonna put walking, like for a walking shoe. Okay, and then I'm gonna copy my title because you wanna repeat your title at the top of your description. So I'm copying that, and we'll use that later when we get to the description. So eBay has automatically updated item specifics, and they've put Eric Michael for the brand. You always want to make sure, because sometimes they automatically puts the wrong word for the brand. So just make sure this is all correct, and it is. We don't use subtitle because it costs $1.50, and you don't use upgrades that cost money because it's not worth it. And to give you an example, I have 980 items listed. Can you imagine if I used subtitle on all of those? That would be like $1,350 a month for things that take, every month for things that take more than a month to sell. Custom labels where you could put your own SKU, and we're gonna talk about that more later, but I happen to know that I have a bin, E6, and I know that I'm going to put them in that bin. And then my client's code that I'm selling these for are LP. And then I'm going to give it its own unique number, which in this case is going to be 0.00777 because that's the number that I'm on. Okay, I have a store. If you have a store, it will show you the option when you list an item to put it in store categories. And I have women's shoes, and then I also have a women's clothing category, so I might as well, instead of just having it in other, put it in that one too. Okay, this variations is if I had this, if this was new and I had it in multiple colors or sizes, I could create all those variations in the same listing. But I only have one pair, and I do not have a UPC code for this. If you do have a barcode on there and it has the UPC code, you could enter that there. Okay, these are pre-owned. Because they're pre-owned, it comes up with condition description. And these are in excellent condition. And I would never just say that. You always want to elaborate. No signs of wear other than some markings on the bottom of the shoes. And then I always say see pics. I always show them in the pictures everything about it, plus, and I point out any flaws in the pictures. So we're gonna do the pictures on my phone in a minute. Here's item specifics. So we wanna fill in as many of these item specifics as we can. And if you're thinking, well, you already put Eric Michael in the title, but you also wanna put it in item specifics, because let's say someone is searching and instead of typing Eric Michael, let's say they just are searching for an Annie shoe. Let's just try this for a second. Okay, for an Annie shoe, 2,497 results come up, and under brand, I can just go to the left as a buyer and search by brand and see if I can search by Eric Michael. There are 18 Eric Michael. So some people search by, and when they search on the left like this, that's item specifics. So if you don't have your item specifics filled in on your listing, yours won't come up. Okay, and then style. This is, oh man, what do we want to call this? It's lace up. I'm almost wondering if it's you just got to do the best one that you can think of. And I almost want to do espadrille or moccasin, even though it laces up, because it's a similar kind of material. I'm gonna do moccasin. Okay, and then eBay's giving you information here to show you that according to, so the item specifics we've filled in so far will come up on 524,000 searches that have been recent searches. So, but there's more searches people are doing based on more of these, like 43,000 searches were on shoe width. So these are medium. So I'm gonna fill that in. And if you don't fill it in and someone searches with that item specific, then yours won't come up. Are they vintage? No. Toe shape is round, round toe. 18,000 searches in that way. And then model, these are Annie. Let's see, the model is, okay. Lace up, that's already in there. And it already has US shoe size. Okay, so now we're here to the item description, and I'm gonna paste in our title, because you want your exact same title. Oh, I was gonna paste it in, but it's not working. So let me try it a different way. So I'm gonna go back to the title and copy it. Oh, this is a Mac. Let me try Command. All right, let's see if my mouse will copy. It's not working. Okay, so I have to ask for help. Where's the command button so that I can paste? I copied the title, but it's not pasting it in here, and I think it's, so is it Alt, is that what you did? Oh, the window button. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the top, and then how do you copy it with this? Okay, so now I see that. Thank you. Okay, so in the description, you just want to put any information that you haven't already stated. And you know, in the condition description above, we already put the condition. So let's see. I'm just going to say worn very little with no signs of wear other than some repeating what I said in the condition description on the bottom. And I'm still going to say see pics again. And for something like this, actually for shoes, you can also put the measurement. So I'm going to grab the tape measure real quick. Okay, and I'm going to put the toe to heel measurement, which is, okay, toe to heel, and above that, I'm just going to say measurement in inches, toe to heel, 10 3/8 inches, and then width, I'm measuring it at the ball of the foot, width at ball of foot is 3.5 inches. Okay. All right, so here's where you choose whether you're going to do in the format a fixed price or an auction style. And I really never use auction unless this item is really unique and I couldn't find it on eBay and I'm really not sure of the value. Fixed price is much more effective in getting an item sold. So for something like a shoe that isn't particularly unique, a fixed price is a better way to go to get the most money possible. So brand new, this is available for $48.56 plus $5.95 for shipping. So used, I would say at most we're going to get $35.75. I am kind of just going from experience, and I actually think that that's pretty high for used to only be, let's see, $35.75 is almost only 20% less, a little more than 20% less than it is new. And I don't think we'll quite get that, but I price it on the higher side because I'm going to mark it down using sales of my items. And it's much more effective to have a price and then mark it down than to just put your marked down price as your first price. Okay, I have one pair of these. I'm using payments managed by eBay. So here you would have PayPal. And if this is a fixed price, which it is, you can require immediate payment with Buy It Now, because Buy It Now is another name for fixed price. The only time you wouldn't use that if it was an auction. Okay, charge sales tax according to the sales tax table. That's already checked off, and that's another topic. But for a lot of the states right now, eBay is handling all of that for you, and I'll show you at another time how you can look up and make sure for your state that is being taken care of by eBay, and if not, what you do about that. Return options. I always accept returns for domestic items, except for maybe in some rare cases. And the least amount of days if you accept returns is 30 days. You can't say a smaller window than that. Return shipping paid by seller. So that means eBay will tell the buyer that this has free returns, and that's very compelling. And so that's what I opt in for. I always choose that. Okay, I'm not going to say replacement or exchange available because I don't have more of these, so I don't check that off. And I also don't, at this time, check off international returns accepted. So I just keep it at domestic returns. Okay, now we're going to do shipping, domestic shipping. I recommend using calculated. And then I've weighed these. They weigh over a pound, but less than 2 pounds. And so you use calculated. And for anything over a pound, I do priority mail. And as long as it's not more than like 4 or 5 pounds, I use priority mail. If it's more than 4 or 5 pounds or has a dimension longer than 12 inches, then I would do FedEx ground. Okay, but these are over a pound, so they weigh too much for first class, so we're doing priority. I don't have a local storefront, so I'm not offering local pickup. I don't add a handling cost over my shipping charges. I am going to tell it to apply my calculated shipping rule because if they buy more than one thing for me, I want eBay to combine the weights and charge them accordingly, so they get a discount for buying more than one thing for me. On international, I do calculated and worldwide, and then I always choose USPS priority for international. Okay, and I don't choose additional eBay sites because there's a fee for that. And when you select that you will ship internationally, you're already going to show on the other eBay sites. It'll show below their local sellers' listings, and it'll show them as on other eBay sites. So anyway, and that's free. Okay, the package is going to be 11 inches by 6 inches by 4 inches, and then the weight is going to be 2 pounds. So you want to weigh it in the box you're going to ship it in. Now you'll notice I have excluded some countries. So even though I'm shipping worldwide, I have set up an excluded shipping location list. And I'll show you at another time where to go to do that and what countries that I typically exclude. Okay, and then your item location should come up automatically. I do opt in for this promoted listings, and this is just where when you're on eBay and you do a search for something, and I'll show you, see how this says sponsored? This is actually the same listing as this one, but they used promoted listings, so it shows like this for the promoted listing. And that's helpful if there's a lot of other shoes that come up in the search results. The sponsored ones will show toward the top. So I'm opting in for that. The trending rate is 6%. I'm going to make mine 6.1%. Okay, and I don't have more than one quantity of these, so there's no need to offer a discount for purchasing more than one pair of these. Now I'm saving it as a draft, and I'm going to do the pictures. Okay, and I'm going to open up eBay on my phone. My personal preference is to open eBay in my browser on my phone. So I just go to Chrome and open up eBay rather than using the app, although you could use the app as well in this case. And I'm just going to click sell on my phone. And when I click sell, it's going to show me an option to create a whole new listing, And it's also going to show me an option that says drafts. And just like, in fact, okay, sorry, that's Tinkerbell. Just like this. It looks just like this on my phone. So on my phone, I'm going to go to drafts. And I'm going to click complete draft. I do recommend you have a white plain background, or if you just have a cool background that you like. I particularly like to take the picture in front of the fireplace. I think it looks good, but also people start recognizing your listings just by that background that you have. So I always have the box, if it comes with a box, showing in the picture, and I just click add picture. And so I want that first picture to really show what the shoe looks like, which that does. And now my job is to show every side of these shoes. Okay, Trixie has a squeaky toy, so let's see if I can get that away from her. Okay. So I'm gonna just keep taking pictures till I've shown every single part of these shoes. I don't need the box anymore. One, I want people to know everything about them. I want to show it as well as if they were in person. There's a part of the design of these is they have these little holes in them, but it looks funny in the picture, so I'm kind of changing the angle. Okay, so that's the backs. And now I'm going to show this side. Okay, and then I'm going to show the fronts. Okay. So I'm going to click add photo again, and then click on camera, and see how there's stuff in the background that shows that's clutter. So I'm just changing the angle of my phone so it doesn't show other clutter. Okay, and now I'm going to take that picture. Okay, so as a general rule, you want to have at least 5 or 6 pictures. I don't need to, I do need to take one more. I want to show the inside of the shoe too. And it's kind of shadowy. It is dark outside right now, so I'm going to save this as a draft because some of these pictures are sideways and I could change them here, but I'm going to save it as a draft and finish this on the computer. Now I go back to the computer now that I've taken the pictures. Let me just refresh this page. Okay, so here's our draft, and I'm going to click complete draft. Go back down to where the pictures are so that I can rotate this picture. There we go. And I'm going to save that. Okay, and then the only other picture that needs to be rotated is this one. Save that. And this listing is done. So I'll just go down and list the item. That's it.